Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. This is Sharon Herbert, the PowerRN, coming to you from the home of Power in Nursing. So glad to see you here today, and it is important to me and to the community that you and I stay on task with what is going on in our community regarding health. So I've created a forum. We're on Facebook Live where we'll talk about healthcare needs, questions, concerns, stories, experiences. So that's here, the Power RN. And my community here is in Facebook Live, but you can find me, of course, on LinkedIn. And that's a great site for you as well to find out more about what's going on with the power in nursing and healthcare. So today, I'm going to share a little with you about my thoughts about what's going on in our world for today. So, bear with me. We're going to chat a little, and we might not sing today, but maybe tomorrow. But we'll share some of our experiences in healthcare, and we'll help each other along as we can each help each other and help the community. So let me just share with you, if you haven't been here before, I'm a registered nurse and I've been one for a good number of years. On top of that, my little quirks are liking to know lots of stuff. So I read a lot. I'm a lifelong learner, and my favorite thing is go Google it. So let's see. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics. And so for me, there could be several. But today, my specialty is going to be COVID. So I know you all are healthcare providers, healthcare workers, and there's been a lot going on with COVID. As we talk about our experiences, we can probably have a quick flashback to what's gone on initially in the northern parts of the U.S. And now it is the Sun Belt, the South, that is experiencing overwhelming numbers of COVID positive patients who are sick and needing care. And then we have to think about how we got here. And we all can probably think back quickly to the beginning of the year when we didn't really know what was going on. But now we've had some time and experiences that should help us to move forward and quickly to get this thing under control. Many of the states have been under stay-at-home mandates and social distancing, hand washing. These aren't anything new. Everyone in the U.S., except for maybe distant rural places, should have heard of these particular quote-unquote remedies for this COVID pandemic spread. But today, we have a few little quirks in our struggles in sharing information. Many of the states in the South have opened, and folks have been challenged with staying socially distant. And some people just wanted to get out of their houses. They haven't been out for a long time. They want to get out. The stores are open, the restaurants, the bars, and people are just going out to the park, the beach with their friends and family, but they are not wearing their masks. Lots of them are not wearing masks. Many of them don't like to wear the mask, so they say they're not going to wear the mask. They don't believe in COVID, that's one thing. They don't like the mask, that's another thing. The masks are uncomfortable, that's another thing. The masks, they say, can cause CO2, carbon dioxide poisoning, and that's another thing. And they just are saying they don't want to wear masks. They don't need to wear a mask, and pretty much nobody can make me wear a mask. So, who knows what's going on in their heads? I've heard of a young lady that went to a Target and kind of destroyed the display where masks were being sold. And I've heard of another young lady who went to a Starbucks and had an encounter with a barista who told her that she needed to wear a mask. And she said no, that she wouldn't, and she didn't have to. Well, he was just doing his job. And so that was a challenge. And I've also heard of a service person at Costco who said he was not going to wear his mask and he was feeling threatened by having to wear it, and something about people's civil liberties. But who knows why we have to wear a mask? Are we wearing masks because they protect us from COVID? Who understands why we're wearing a mask? Janie? Ah, yeah, I see you. I see you over there. So we're wearing masks so that we protect each other. We have about 300 million folks in the United States. There are currently about 3 million who are infected with COVID that we know of. And then there are the folks that are asymptomatic that we don't know of. So we don't know if they have the COVID virus inside them, and if they came out without their mask and they went to the grocery store, or they sneezed or coughed on you when you were at the pharmacy picking up your medicine, that could be a danger for you. So we are wearing masks to protect each other. I wear a mask to protect you, and you wear a mask to protect me from any time that we may cough or sneeze or be in close quarters with closed spaces and not able to social distance. So these are the reasons that we are wearing masks. Now back to the folks who choose not to wear a mask for those any number of reasons. It's our job. We know we do the healing, but we also do the teaching. So it's our job to help each other stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. And that's the language that we need to use. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to run into a challenge with a person within your community, but you need to understand what it is that they need to know. And when you have the opportunity to speak with them, you can do so with plain, clear science. It is the science that people don't know. Carbon dioxide is not going to poison you if you are wearing your face covering mask, the regular community service mask is a face covering. It is not a respirator. It is not an N95 mask. And so people should put the mask on to cover their nose and their mouth comfortably without being so tight that their eyes bulge out because they said, oh my God, you're too tight, I can't wear it. Or that it is somewhere in their pocket or in their car, and they were just going to run inside and get, a cup of coffee at the Starbucks. So help them with the science. And you know that I know that science, that word science, seems to be like a cuss word today. People don't want to hear about the science. They want to hear about how they feel. But our job is to help them understand. So now that you have the information to share with them, just know that, okay, so we're sharing our information, but there are some folks that are still intent on finding a way out of wearing a mask, and they are seeking exemptions from wearing their masks. And those they've called face mask exemptions. Some of them contact their health provider to get an order or scription or document that says they don't need to wear a mask. And some folks will have a conversation with the telehealth provider and get the same type of response that we're giving about what the use of the mask is and how it is not to protect you from the COVID. It's to protect each and every one of us from giving that virus to someone else, transmitting it when we don't know that we're sick because we're asymptomatic. So there you go. Doctors are doing their job. We're doing our job. And now here you have folks that just say, I'm not wearing a mask. I don't care. So I did find in my little Google everything information on the internet about what they're calling face mask exemption cards. And these are little cards that folks can keep in their wallet or in their, back pocket, and it says face mask exemption. And somewhere down on the document it says something about it's been approved by the Department of Justice, blah 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 blah. Please know that these are fake. These are frauds. They are not true. There is no written exemption approved by the Department of Justice for people not to wear a mask. Now, my just common sense little answer for them is to understand what the use of the mask is for, when it's needed. No one is asking them to wear it 24/7. No one is asking them to cut off the circulation in their body by squeezing the mask on their face, but they can come to some concessions about when they need to wear the mask and how often that would be. If you're not really going out because you don't have a job, your job has been put on, you're on a layoff or layover, whichever you want to call it, until this pandemic is over, and you're only going out to the grocery store or pick up your prescriptions from the pharmacy, you don't have to be out very long. That might take 30, 45 minutes for you to wear your mask at that time, and then you should be going home. So you do not have to wear your mask 24/7. So the idea is that you stay most of your time at home socially distant so that you're not in close quarters with others who don't know they are sick either. So help people understand that that's another scenario for them. And if they go to a vendor or organization where there's a notice on the door that says you must wear a mask, that those organizations will not acknowledge that fraudulent card face mask exemption either. Because some of them say, oh, because I have a disability. And some of them, who knows, may say nothing. But the other funny thing is, for me, I really didn't find that they were made in China. I found some of them made here in the US, and they are charging folks, whether it's a private or public website, charging people. I saw one that it was a 2-pack of the item for $5.99. And then I saw another one that was a lengthier document, but it was $25. And I thought, oh my gosh, who's going to fall for that? But who knows? And that's just a piece of information for you. So what we need to do is to continue to tell the honest truth as the science tells us and help people understand that, yes, we are still in a pandemic and it's not going to be better at this moment. One of my favorite hashtags, COVID ain't over. It ain't over yet. So let's try to be better, remind people about social distancing, hand washing, use of sanitizer, and yes, yes, and yes, wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Your health providers will adore you. The healthcare workers and those on the front line in this COVID pandemic setting will love you. They will love you forever and ever for following the guidelines that help everyone be safe and help everyone stay safe. So, here we go. Just a few things to tell your friends and maybe not your closest friends anymore or relatives. Help them to help each other so that we can all live another day. Because that's what I want to do. How about you? So, thank you for listening. And we can find you each week. We'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and we will have Nurse Lifetime with the PowerRN. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. And have a great day. Don't forget, come back and see us next week.